And we're back to what might be the finale of Bad End Theater. We'll see how this goes.
Mm-hmm.
So, we looked into it, and I do believe we need a trusting hero and a disloyal captor underling for this final ending, the betrayal of our overlord. You are the overlord, and you live in a castle surrounded by your demon servants. It's a pretty cushy life, you think. Except for those pesky humans who keep killing members of your army. There's even a role called human, or hero, whose whole purpose in life is to dethrone you. What's their deal anyway? You've actively avoided pissing off the humans in hopes that they'll leave you and your army alone, but they never do. You're still new to this whole overlord thing if you're being quite honest with yourself. You don't really understand the politics of it. But you remind yourself that everyone is doing their best to fulfill their roles. You won't let them bait you into being the evil overlord they expect. You think you're pretty cool for immature to hold yourself to higher standards like that. One of the underlings walks into your room, totally interrupting your thoughts and how awesome you are. They're saying something about how boring it is to stand in place and guarding the castle at all times, especially since no one ever comes here anyway. You see their point, but the way they're whining about it kind of bothers you. Okay, I gotta look this really quick.
Yeah.
Think we grant them the day off, but... No, tell them to get back to work.
Yeah, the day off.
No! I don't pay you for days off. You don't pay us at all.
Yeah.
Allow you to live.
You don't even know that.
Barely. You're pushing it. You give them a lecture about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. Your servants ought to do what they're told, whether they like it or not. They look really unhappy with you, but you're sure that they'll thank you for the later. Venturing too far from the castle tends to spell death. You dismiss the elderly and lie down in your nice and comfy overlord bed. All the lecturing made you want to take a nap. You fall asleep pretty quickly. Just another one of your amazing talents as overlord. You awake to a knock on the door. The underling from earlier brought back some company. You thought you told that underling to do their job, not drag strangers into your room. Looks like they took an unauthorized break away from the castle. You scold them, but ultimately you're a little interested in this guest so you let them off easy. That's underling's not bad. It's a maiden from the nearby human village. Ah, crap, this is gonna be trouble. Hi! She says her role is to be captured by you. The maiden goes on to say that she's been getting very impatient thinking about her impending capture, so she's come here to speed things along. What? Are you real? Seriously? You appreciate her honesty, but regret to inform her you never had any plans to capture any humans. She seems disappointed by this. Perhaps I'm not performing my role well enough. How can I become more maidenlike? You don't really understand the question. You think this world puts way too much focus on destiny and junk. Just go home and stop worrying about it, you tell her. The man seems to be having a hard time wrapping her head around this. She insists that she stay and talk to you more. You feel warm inside as she looks into your eyes. This is the first time a human has ever looked at you without contempt. You wonder what to say. And I think we let her stay. Oh, whoops. Yeah. You can't bring yourself to send the maiden away. She just got here. You enjoy a nice long chat with her, sharing stories about your kind. She expresses her surprise that demons are not at all what she expected them to be. You're glad that she seems to have an open mind about these kind of things. You also bring up how you always instructed your armies to avoid humans as to not agitate them and get heroes sent after you. That explains why the people of my village have been left unarmed. It's because of your orders, isn't it? We are very grateful. You're surprised to hear her thank you. What? You always thought of humans as to be violent and unreasonable. That's why your servants are always getting killed despite your efforts to leave them alone. But this maiden is different. You joke that maybe you've been lying to her this whole time and that you were actually super evil all along. The maiden laughs at that, saying she wouldn't mind being held captive here. The people in her village are a little exhausting at times, she says. You can't tell if she's into you or not. You're interrupted by another human at your doorway. This time it's a hero. He was apparently searching for the maiden who was rumored to have been captured by your kind. Captured? Not at all. I only want to meet with the Overlord. Didn't anyone read the note I left?
You can't write.
Again! Cody will never let that joke die, ever!
Never!
After everything is explained, the hero expresses his relief that the whole misunderstanding hadn't led to any horrible consequences. The maiden apologizes for causing trouble, and the hero asks her to return to the village with him. Confusing feelings well up in your heart. You're surprised you had one of those to begin with. You don't want the hero to take this maiden away from you. You gotta let him go. Spend more time with you, and with the hero and maiden gone, you plop down on your comfort of your luxurious overlord bed. Your room feels so empty now. Is this loneliness? You hope your new friends will be back soon. You close your eyes for a while. You almost fall asleep when the maiden and hero burst into your room, frantically trying to communicate something. Crap, we're gonna skip this because this is basically to the true ending.
Oh, okay.
See if I can just skip. Nope. Okay, we have the right things, I just don't know the right instructions. So we're just gonna skip. I know we have to tell them to get back to work.
Maybe?
Yeah. Keep her here. And the hero won't let them take her home. They ain't assure you that she'll be back and you don't budge. The hero is cautious now. Go ahead.
If you won't let her go, maybe you demons are evil after all. And if you are, I'll be forced to vanquish you.
Yeah. Something sharp pierces your back. The hero? No, he's already... It's one of your underlings. The maiden screams. Your servant tackles you, tearing you apart with their claws. You struggle to retaliate. They've done too much damage. You can barely move now. Your blood is everywhere. You can't believe this has happened to you. Why has this happened to you? You've been slain by your own underling.
You should have let me have the day
off. There. That's how you get the betrayed one.
Perfect.
Is you have to keep the maiden here and then be possessive.
Okay.
A letter flutters down from beyond the curtain. You found lost letter number 4. My love, do you remember when we first met? I had just finished one of my scripts, one I was quite proud of, in fact. As I read it aloud, you happened to pass by. What a terrible ending, you said. Why should these poor fools have to die? You were so rude. You wouldn't accept any of my justifications, and yet you managed to convince me it really would be better if everyone could live in harmony, however unrealistic that felt. I look back fondly on that day, and even now I wonder, somewhere you're thinking of it too. Forever yours, Tragedy. Okay, so we got all the endings.
Yeah. Nice.
It can't end like this. You want to answer the maiden's prayers. You've decided to find a way to save everyone. By retracing the paths you've seen so far, there doesn't seem to be any room to avoid a bad ending. Is there really nothing you can do to keep them all from getting killed in the end? If there's nothing you can do by acting from within the story, maybe it's time to take things into your own hands. Time to step on the stage, Cody!
Okay.
While everyone else is on fire.
Yeah.
You boldly insert yourself into the story and use your incredible power to warp everyone to safety. You didn't know you could do that, but what's going on here? You take a moment to get a good look at yourself. You are you, but why are you pitch black? You feel that this body doesn't accurately represent you, but you just move past it. The hero, the maiden, the underling, and the overlord have been staring at you too. Who the fuck? Who are you? They look like they don't really know what they're supposed to do right now. You guess that's because you're usually the one guiding them. What will you say to them?
I've come to save you.
You explain to the group that you've witnessed their many terrible intertwinings fates, and now you're searching for a good ending. Of course, this makes no sense to any of them. Only the maiden understands your compassion. My prayers have been answered. You must be... her god? No, you're merely the player. If there was any god there, they'd be the final boss. That's just how these role-playing games go. Now you realize what the real true ending must be. Now, enough of this. I admit I've been encouraging you all along, but a self-insert story? How passé. You watch helplessly as tragedy descends from the heavens. You didn't honestly believe you were the only one who could force your way into the story, did you? I am the narrator, storyteller, god of this world. Call me tragedy if you like. Darkness envelops your party. You don't mind if I send each of them back to relive one of their many bad endings, right? You are alone in the darkness with tragedy. I sincerely hope you've been enjoying your time in my theater. Though I can't abide you stealing the show with their permission. It's quite disrespectful.
I'm sick of all these bad endings.
Then, frankly, you should never have come to a place called Bad End Theater. Haven't we already been over this? You think defeating me might be the only way to see a better ending? It's all that's left for you, isn't it? Well, this does sound like it could be entertaining. Show me what you've got. My God. The stage is set for a final battle against me, the god of this world. What will you do? How will you fight against tragedy itself? I'd love to see it.
Oh boy. Attack!
You try your best to tear me down, but you can't seem to do any damage. You don't truly exist in this world after all. Oh, is that all? You'll never defeat me like that.
Yeah, you're right.
Now, do not give in.
Okay.
I'm going to control this from now on.
Cool.
You try closing off your heart to protect yourself, but it doesn't make you feel any better. Perhaps you don't understand just how outclassed you are here. Behold my beautiful tragic tales. Doesn't seem Doesn't seeing them all again make your heart ache? You witness all 41 of these painstakingly crafted endings. You must be as much of a machinist as me. I commend your thoroughness. Surely these characters have a special place in your heart. They're still suffering backstage, you know. It's a shame. Whoops. You know, it's a shame they couldn't make it here to the end of the world. That's right. You came here to save them. You can't do this alone. You find the hero in his home, hunched over his sewing table. Your sudden intrusion scares the hell out of the poor guy.
Are you some kind of demon?
No, I'm demigod at best right now. You explain that no, you're not a demon. You're... How can you explain it in a way that the hero can understand? Instead, you ask what he's sewing.
Oh, this? I craft all my own hero gear, like a nerd.
He senses pride in his hobby. You wonder if the costumes are what attracted him to the role hero.
Would you like some clothes? You don't seem to be wearing any.
Ignore that. You remember the state of your body and decide that yes, some clothes from the hero would be nice. He is overjoyed by your answer. Apparently his outfits are too gaudy for the other townsfolk, so no one else wants them. The true end for the hero suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change his fate.
I could make a living as a tailor rather than a hero. Please tell me what I can do to reach that dream.
The hero will now fight along your side. You.
I agreed to follow you, but I didn't expect to face something like this.
The hero has arrived? We really couldn't have a final boss battle without him.
You're the one who's been killing us, murderer? I can't truly call myself a hero until I see you defeated.
We'll see about that. Tragedy attacks with terrible fate. Ow!
That hurt. Did we summon again?
Yeah. I think we need all our party members, and
Okay.
then you have to find the maiden as she exits the church. Her heart set on meeting a demon. Perfect timing. She approaches you, having already taken notice of your odd form. Excuse me, are you a traveler? I've never seen anyone like you before. You explain that no, you're not a traveler. Well, maybe you are in a sense. You've come all this way. The maiden regards you with excited curiosity. Then perhaps you might be a demon. I was hoping I could meet one today. You think of all the terrible fates that hope would bring about. She is the catalyst of this story, after all. She really is.
Mm-hmm.
My role as maiden is to be captured by the Overlord, but you see, I've grown tired of waiting. You remember this part. She wanted to understand her role better, and so you ask what it is she's really hoping to gain from this. The maiden is confused by your question. Perhaps it's as simple as wanting to reach the place she felt like she belonged. The true end for the maiden suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change your fate. If there's something I can do to find fulfillment, then please guide me. The maiden will now fight along your side. What is this horrible creature? You wound me, dear maiden. Is tragedy really such a terrible thing to behold? I remember now. I remember all the awful things you put us through. Then this should be familiar to you as well. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate.
Ow.
Stop slapping me.
It hurts.
You approach the gates of the Overlord's castle. The underling is on guard duty, as expected. They call out to you, the other demon guards, as sound asleep.
Hey, you're pretty weird. You're a pretty weird looking intruder. What do you want?
You explain that no, you're not an intruder, although you've definitely intruding into their story right now. You tell the underling you've come to save them from tragedy.
Okay, try saving me from boredom first. I hate this job.
The underling snickers. You ask what kind of job they'd rather have.
It'd be best if I didn't have to work at all. I just want to live a carefree life and never get bossed around or picked on.
You think of the underling's friends, who had bullied him into assassination plot, only to betray him in the end. If they kept better company, maybe they wouldn't feel so restless. The true ending for the underling suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change their fate.
So there's a way that even work can be fun? Sounds fake, but I'll tag along with you just in case.
The underling will now fight along your side.
Wait, what the fuck? You didn't say anything about a boss battle.
The underling? You must be desperate to call on such an unreliable ally.
Huh, if I beat this guy up, all my problems will be over.
Oh, but it won't be that easy. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate.
Ow.
You went to the Overlord's room, relieved to see the fire contained to the torches on the wall. When you close the door behind you, the Overlord arises from her slumber. Who are you? Have you come to reside in my castle and serve me? You explain that no, you're not here to serve her. It's more like you've come here to do her a favor. You ask why she spends all day sleeping instead of commanding her demon army. She laughs in response. Ho ho ho! Many of my underlings certainly think I should be more aggressive with the humans, like my father before me. His quest for revenge was endless and self-perpetuating. There's a reason I had to destroy him. You can't help but think this is a little late in the game to be getting into some new backstory. I have no interest in waging war on the humans. I merely wish to be left alone, to live in a peaceful, indulgent life in my castle. You realize she must actually be very lonely, only surrounded by soldiers instead of friends. No wonder she gets so attached to the maiden. The true ending for the Overlord suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change her fate. My own attempts at peace have been rather imperfect. If you are offering a solution, then very well, I will follow you. The Overlord will now fight along your side. I see. So this is tragedy. Ah, you've brought the Overlord. I don't stand a chance now. You've prevented me from attaining peace for long enough. Prepare to die. Ha ha ha! I hope you're prepared to face your deaths as well. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. Ha ha! Now that the whole party's here, can you solve my final puzzle? Which combination of behaviors will open the path to your true ending? Show me.
Oh, God.
Ambition. I'll reach my true ending with my own power. The Overlord uses her ambitious nature to overcome tragedy. Tragedy is reeling. Tenacity.
Knock me down and I'll just come back stronger.
The Underling uses his tenacity to overcome tragedy. Tragedy is reeling. It's actually her kindness, I believe. The maiden tries to appeal to tragedy with kindness. So naive. I'll balance your kindness with my cruelty. Nope, that was wrong.
Ow.
So then it's hope. Our true endings do exist. They simply must. The maiden hopes with all her heart to overcome tragedy. Yeah.
Alright. And here will probably be either willpower or justice.
Yeah. I'm going to say willpower.
I'll say it too.
Your reign of terror ends here, tragedy. I refuse to give in. Oh, that's your line. Sorry. Wow.
Whoops. You lied, stealing bastard.
Go ahead and say it.
Your reign of terror ends here, tragedy. I refuse to give in.
The hero uses his willpower to overcome tragedy. This is it. With everyone's hearts united, you take aim towards your best possible futures. You all unleash one final attack to destroy tragedy once and for all. You've done it. You've managed to defeat me. A tragic ending for tragedy itself. I love it. I must thank you all for fulfilling your roles perfectly. Thank you, hero. Thank you, maiden. Thank you, underling. Thank you, overlord. Enough of this nonsense. We defeated you, so die already. Don't worry, I'll be making my exit shortly. Finally, thank you most of all. We couldn't have made it here without you. Yes, my bad end feeder did contain a truly good ending after all. I'll apologize for antagonizing you for so long. I wanted to deliver a satisfying story as I was able to do. Was I able to do it, I wonder? No. No, this was not satisfying.
No.
Well, I did my best. Happy endings shouldn't always come easily. Reality is not so kind. But you've earned this one. Here's your true ending. I think there's a second ending, and I think I screwed that up.
Okay.
I thought no, because he's getting a bad ending in the end.
Okay.
Sorry, I was going to let the song play it there, but I think... Something's missing. Oh, you're still here? The curtain has closed for the final time. I'm shutting down my theater. There are no more tragedies left for me to tell after all. That's tragedy, it's story. Me? You like to know why I started this theater? Because I'm obsessed with bad endings, of course. Remove the mask. You gently raise your fingers to the cracks in my mask. Piece by piece, it falls apart. Sorry. Piece by piece, it falls apart into your hands, revealing Girl! I should have warned you. This might affect what you think of my stories. You can't help but compare my face to the maiden's. I'm not her, but it's not like she isn't me either, necessarily. That's how it is with fiction. Would you like to hear not another ending, but the truth? Tell me. Alright, one last story. You may already know this, but it doesn't have a happy ending. First, I'll set the stage. In this world, there are no such things as demons or even heroes, really. There was a girl eager to set out to fulfill some sort of destiny. That part was true. She met someone, another girl. Running a theme, isn't it? The maiden and the overlord. The two were inseparable for a time. Everything was just wonderful. But their families, the communities they came from, neither could approve of their relationship. That is the reality for many. This pair was no different. Despite their best efforts, the world was intent on pulling them apart. We used to like the types of stories where love conquers all, where the strength of your love will put you through any hardship and everything is okay in the end. I lost her, and then I started this theater. But this story doesn't have a happy ending. Huh?
No.
I was hoping to find you.
Yeah, you do good voice, don't you?
Yeah. It's you. It's been so long. I thought I'd never see you again. You always think of the worst endings. I wasn't about to give up just because things got difficult. Why didn't you reveal yourself sooner? I feel like such a fool. I could have said the same to you. You knew I could never resist giving your stories a happy ending. So of course I would have be drawn to this place. Yes, but I didn't think it would actually work. Sometimes everything does turn out okay in the end. Thank you for reminding me of that. I love you. I love you too. Now truly, everyone can live happily ever after. Tragedies end.
Nice.
And that is Dead End Theater. That is everything done.
I didn't even say closed.
Yeah. So, what did you think of the game, Cody?
Okay, this was good.
This was fun.
Oh, yeah.
I saw someone else play through this first, and then I had to have it, and then I was going to play this on my own, but then I thought, there's nothing more for you to see, my love. But if you'd like to reset, if you really want to experience everything all over again, I'm happy to oblige. Shall we begin resetting the process? Never mind, I'm good. You're so fickle. Let me know if you change your mind. So yeah, I was going to play this on my own, but then I thought maybe this would be a good channel episode. So I hope everyone enjoyed watching this. So until next time, it'll be horror month, I think, whenever we start up again.
Peace out.
Have a good one, guys.